Label Radio.
Yo, that was Ice-T, Reckless. And that was with the OG, Christic Love, man. He over here cheesing.
Yo. That was Christic Love, Taylor and Dave Store's Reckless featuring Ice-T.
Oh, so let's get it straight though. Mm-hmm. You was the artist.
Oh yeah.
You was the artist.
And he was the rapper.
He was the rapper.
Yeah.
And that song came about because of the Breakin movie, right?
Well, absolutely. What happened was we were doing the movie about the club radio.
Yeah.
Short version. And then when they were working on the scenes in the club, they wanted to know if someone could do the music for the scenes, because I was just cutting records in those scenes. But they then decided that they wanted authenticity, and so they said, hey, can you make the music for the scene? So I was like, sure. Nobody was really interested in none of that. They all wanted to be rappers or performers or whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody understood putting music in the movie or none of that, really. It was like, what's that?
Yeah.
So we had just done Breakin' and Entering, and so I kind of was a little bit more familiar with the music and the movie thing. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I did the 2 scenes, and man, at the midnight hour, they called in like, the record came out in May. They called in like April, like, hey, we got a space for a record. Can you make, they had this movie soundtrack with no rap song on it.
Not one.
No.
but it's about rapping and breaking.
Exactly. They even call it rapping in other countries.
Yeah.
So they said, can you like make a rap song with one of the things from one of the scenes? Like, can you take that music and make it into a song? So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. So me and Dave, I said, hey, I need the studio. He was like, okay, cool. I call up Ice, hey, can you come do this? And he was like, yeah. So chipped that, took care of that, chipped the studio, got the thing done. Like 4 or 5 hours we got done, because we already had Reckless, the music. So pieced it into a song, did the cuts. He told me what the rap was, so I did the hooks first, and he laid the raps like first take straight down. Like, we didn't expect anything different though.
Is it true that Egyptian Lover taught you how to use a drum machine? You did it right on the spot because you'd never done it before? Man,
I'm gonna tell you something. We stood up to do Breakin' and Entering. I had never seen the drum machine before. He showed me some things. We started programming beats for the Breakin' and Entering soundtrack, and then from there, I did Reckless, like in my bedroom. I did the beat. I bought a drum machine. We were making money off of filming the movie. First check, I bought an 808.
Okay.
See, we could do that. Like, cats that wasn't working or in Compton, not doing, they had to steal them, or, we had them.
Yeah.
So that's why we could make the records. Other cats didn't know what it was. It was usually the tech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the drum machine.
Yeah. What, so that's that. Is it true that the Reckless sold 4 million copies?
Soundtrack?
Yeah.
Man, that sucker came out. It came out in May, and in June they were giving us these plaques, right?
Yeah.
And we was like, where's the gold record? Me and Ice was both like, where the gold record? And he was like, no, this is platinum. This is better. And we were like, well, we just want 2 gold records each. You know what I mean? Like,
because you thought gold was the
it was gold.
Yeah,
we didn't know what platinum. Even through I was in college, and platinum, not on a record thing. You never heard of platinum.
Yeah.
You heard of gold.
Solid
gold.
Everybody's solid gold. Exactly.
No solid platinum.
No. Yeah.
So that was our generation that kind of started that thing with the platinum. It wasn't so many. Earth, Wind & Fire and them started going platinum. But so it was a trip because they 4 million copies. I still get little bitty checks from that 35 years later.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And after that song came out, you disappeared.
Well, that's what they say.
Well, that's what you said too.
I didn't disappear. I just didn't.
You stopped. So let me rephrase that, because of course you didn't fall off the face of the earth.
No.
But you stopped making rap records. You didn't.
Right.
You didn't take that success from the rap record and go on to make another one like your peers
Reckless
did or whatever.
Or
Exactly. Why not?
Because my first experience in the music business was putting music to a movie. And I made the beat for the scene. Like, I didn't make a beat for a rapper to rap to. That's not what I did. And I was already a musician because I played the organ, Fender Rhodes and all that stuff. I could play keyboards. And I was, a turntablist. So it was like, easier to just be me doing it with Dave than it was trying to kind of get caught up and chase down the other thing while all the other guys are trying to do their beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so you never had any aspirations to do another after Reckless did so well? You never said, let me just get a rapper and get busy, like as I'm doing the movie thing.
Man, you know what I saw? I saw a movie soundtrack sell a lot of copies. So this is the thing.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Reckless wasn't playing on the radio, right? But what I didn't know was everybody was playing it. Like
I see what you're
at
saying.
home or breaking and dancing to it.
But you didn't turn on the radio and hear it, so you didn't.
So you don't know the streets.
You didn't put it together. If you'd heard people,
if I'd have drove down the street and heard one person playing it, like when we did Death Row, our music was in the streets. You could hear it out of cars.
So you
I assumed it was just the other records that made it blow up. You know, I was just on there.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm gonna do another soundtrack. You know, I'm gonna do another movie. That's where I saw the money coming from. I didn't see it coming from rap.
Yeah.
I saw it coming from the movie.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep DJing. And so I started, instead of doing rap records, I started working on records as a turntablist with R&B people like Quincy Jones, and like Quincy had me do some stuff for Patty Austin. And it was some other things that happened with Lil Silas, rest in peace, who had Bobby Brown and all those big successes, and Babyface. And I'm starting to be Benny Medina. I'm in the
so
studio
you
with these
branched
kind of
out
guys.
to more the R&B pop side of things instead of the urban hip hop new situation.
Because a record budget for a rapper was $125,000, and the same thing for a new R&B act was $350. I was like, I'm not taking $125,000.
The mathematics is simple,
bruh. I'm over here. Can you sing? Forget the rap. Can you sing?
Yeah, the mathematics is simple. But after that, Ice-T nobody never hit you and said, "Hey, let's do the record." Nope, nobody never reached out.
Because they didn't see it like that either. I don't think that he saw the production. Like, I didn't think it was up. It probably was us that was a big generating force of that.
Yeah.
That we didn't realize. We didn't get a video. We didn't know it was popping like that. We performed it around town, all around up and down Cali, and some other places. But big records, you hear them.
Yeah.
Like all the DJs were playing them where I went, but they was all my boys. So I'm thinking
the homies just showing you love.
Right, but I'm not knowing this. Everybody dancing because they know me. I DJ here. Of course they're gonna dance to my record. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I had went to St. Louis and saw some people dancing to it, or went to in the Bay and saw more things, I would have been like, oh, this is us, bro. We need to make another one.
Yeah.
So I went that route, and then through my R&B travel is when I linked up with Dr. Dre.
Okay, hold that thought. We're gonna get into that. We're about to play a Dr. Dre joint, and I didn't know you actually produced this joint or actually co-produced this song right here until I started kind of reading up on what's going on or whatever. And this is one of my favorite Dr. Dre joints off the Chronic. This is Stranded on Death Row.
Oh, wow.
Let's get into it, man. White Label Radio. Nympho, drop that shit.
Thing is another sample from something else, and got a record.
So how was those sessions? I know that like Bushwick for us, the fans, was so random when you heard him on the Chronic, but it worked.
It was weird, huh?
It was weird to hear him there because you didn't think Bushwick, saying Dr. Dre or whatever. But as I'm interviewing a lot of people around those scenes or whatever, it was just kind of like a party. Dre being there producing, people come through or whatever, and he said, "Oh, let me hear you how you sound on this joint right here." And if you sound good, he kept you. If you didn't, he threw you in the trash.
You figured it out.
That's how it happened?
Yeah, bro. That's exactly it. We always had parties. And people would get on the mic, and he'd be like, "Oh, you guys should," like, whenever you hear them crowds, it was a party. Like a bunch of people who we don't even know, some of those names are on these records in the background.
Yeah.
So he'd have a party. So that's how Tupac got on California Love. Basically, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, nobody kind of knew he was gonna be on it except maybe Dre. Indeed, he didn't tell nobody.
Wait, so California Love was a Dre record?
California Love was a Dre record first. We were working on that, and then he said, "Oh, I'm gonna put Pac getting out of jail, blah blah blah." He did the record, he had done whatever. He gonna come, he was coming to Death Row already. He was here.
Yeah.
But then they said, "I'm gonna give him this verse on here." I was like, "Ooh, Pac, that's dope." So we talked about it. I go in the other room to make a sandwich. I turn around, Tupac handed me a blunt, standing there. Like, I hit hand it back. "You want one of these?" "All I got is a sandwich, right? I ain't got no weed." I'm like, He's like, "No, I'm good." And then I turn around. It's like a party, as usual. It's about 30 people in the pool and around. And we go turn around. I go out there for a second, go back in the studio. Tupac on the mic, doing his double already. Like
already?
I was like, Tupac on this? Now?
And his verse, the way he comes on, the way
Push on Bill, love
Yeah,
California Dreaming.
the way he comes off on that song, you can tell that he was hungry.
Bro, I don't bail.
And you could not deny him to be on this song. You couldn't tell him it wasn't his song.
Man, it was
It was
his
amazing.
song.
It was
He
amazing.
took it.
Because he took it, exactly.
Owned it.
Yeah,
They
he-
both owned it.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So let's get to that now.
Yeah.
Let's get to that now. I've noticed that, look at interviews, you didn't get any of your credit. Or you didn't get the credit you deserve. Why is that?
So when you're part of a team and you're a team effort, it's the team. And you know, when you're on a team, you're not counting your assists, you're not looking at the charge, you're just playing ball and we won. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we on a winning streak. Oh,
Yeah.
we won 33 games. Like we like the Lakers, bro. We won a gang of games in a row.
Yeah.
And when you look back, you see a bunch of money in a couple of people's hands. Nobody in particular, but just like it's a lot of other people who they didn't really or may have felt a way about that. But in my particular situation, as we were running this championship and winning and I'm getting on everything and I'm doing it, I'm just rolling. I mean, I'm eating, I'm clothes, I'm, whatever.
So was you getting a monthly or weekly stipend or something? How was you eating?
Bro, God, let me tell you, when you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, you eat every day good. I had steak and lobster yesterday.
Were they paying you a check in some sort?
Okay, so this is the deal with Death Row.
Okay.
I signed a contract with Death Row.
Yes, sir.
And I got paid X amount of dollars when I signed that contract. That's the only money that I actually got put in my hand.
That was
the
it.
Entire time I was
So
there.
you was eating off of that, and then
No,
other
because
things
I
you
gave
doing.
half of it to my group. Remember the R&B group
Yeah.
that got me there?
Yeah.
I gave them 2/3 of it actually, because it was 3 of us. So I was getting money. Hey, we gonna make money when we get this record deal. So here's I got this much. I got 24,000. We gonna all get 8. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There it is. So, but
And
that
you didn't
was
see any money after that.
not like no royalties or no form of any no.
So why did you keep doing it then?
Well, because there was, dude, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I've looked back on it and decided what I did. When you're in the moment of everything and you're actually in a controlling seat and you don't have to worry about eating or anything, it was later on that I needed money, not then.
I see what you're
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
rolling with Dre. We eating. I'm going here. There's food everywhere. There's money everywhere. There's new clothes everywhere.
What about
There's
rent? Who's paying
rent?
They're paying your rent?
Nah, I was paying my rent because I was a DJ, bro. I got
Oh,
money.
so you're
I
saying
got
you-
money,
okay,
but I
yeah.
wasn't getting it there. I was
Yeah.
getting, because every night I'm taking them to Paradise on Thursdays. I'm taking them here because that's where I'm getting my paper.
Yeah.
I got a girlfriends. I got to pay rent. I like chicks.
Yeah.
I gotta have money. and I wasn't tripping. Dre used to give, he'd have a car. Hey man, drop me off over here. I'd had a car for 3 weeks. A Lexus, brand new. Nobody got it. And he'd be like, pick me up. 3 weeks later, it was other things. Plus, it was more like it's more like Entourage, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like Turtle before he said, give me money.
Yeah.
He just was good.
Yeah.
So I was good, and it was a good run, and I learned a lot. And I have no regrets with that.
And what was Suge's beef with you?
Well,
Because he signed you though, right?
no. I was Dre's boy.
Oh,
period.
I got
so
you.
I was forced on everybody. Dre wasn't doing nothing without me.
I got you.
So they was trying to play along to be cool with Dre. Oh, you gonna be the next Dre. Slap on the back, rub on the shoulder.
Because they wanted Dre to do
Whatever they wanted.
What
Your
they-
boy is good with us too. Whatever. I was working. I wasn't really tripping on that game of you gonna be the next Dre while I'm watching Daz get all this work and stuff, which I'm not mad at because I worked with Dre. We was like separate factions over there.
Yeah.
It's people taking credit for a lot of stuff. I have nothing to say about that. There's some songs that some people think other people did that Dre did. And that Dre don't go behind and say, oh, I did that. It's just whatever. If you need that, I always say, I have a lot of ideas. You want that one? You can have that, bro.
because it's more to come.
I got Phone Tap, I got Explosive, I got this behind me.
We're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah.
But so they was just kind of patronizing you to keep Dre happy, basically.
Well, Suge, I believe, maybe. I don't really can't speak for another man's thought, but I know that he was I would speak to him in the way that a man would speak to him, and sometimes he didn't like that. Like, them dudes was.
Because everybody's kind of bound out to him.
I mean, I have respect, but you're not going. I'm big. I'm as tall as you, bro. You may be twice, 3 times as big as me, but you can't catch me as fast as you think you are.
We eye to eye.
If I gotta get out, your 4 speed is not fast enough.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy because everything that's happening with him now, all the things that he's done, and now he's pretty much gonna be in jail for the rest of his life. It seems it's
Die
crazy.
in jail.
It's crazy.
I mean, you reap what you sow, bro. That's it.
So a little small little nugget. The person he killed was my uncle.
Man,
Terry Carter.
Rest in peace, Terry. He lived around the corner from me.
He was my dad's half brother. My grandfather had a bunch of other kids.
That's your family.
And yeah, Terry Carter.
That was a cool dude too. He didn't expect that day.
Because he was with him. Shit.
Absolutely.
It was his homie. Shit. But anyway, let's rest in peace, Terry Carter. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into another song you produced.
Okay. Co-produced, maybe.
Co-produced. That means you co-produced.
Whenever I work with Dre, it's us.
So what about Doggy Dogg's World? You co-produced that?
Yeah. Well, this is what I say about that. When I walked in the room, it was a drum beat going and a bass player playing a bass line.
He didn't like that bass.
No, he liked the bass line. He loved everything about it except the sound wasn't fitting what we did.
Yeah.
Like we got Parliament and then we got Bootsy. It wasn't Bootsy.
Yeah.
It was a bass line that was hot. So I said I could play it. I started playing it on the move. He said, I like that. We recorded that. Tony Green wrote this bass line. Okay, I played his bass line. Whoever was humming it, when I walked in, he was playing it. I didn't make it up. I played it.
Yeah.
And he liked it. I'm not saying it was better, whatever,
So
I played every instrument on this record.
So you co-produced.
So I feel like, I wasn't just a musician. I made those parts up. And he said, I like it. That's co-production, right?
So let's get into it.
And writing.
Let's get into it. Because your name ain't on none of that stuff.
That's okay, though.
But now we know.
My soul is in there.
Exactly. Your energy's in it. Let's get into it, man.
Coded in the DNA.
White Label Radio. Let's get into Snoop Dogg, Doggy Dogg's World. Let's go. That was co-produced by Chris the Glove too?
Yeah, my name is on that one.
Is it? Yeah, you finally got your name on something, huh?
Yeah, and it's funny because I told Dre, I said, man, nobody reads after your name anyway. They say produced by Dre and Glove, but everybody stopped. Oh, produced by Dre. Okay, well.
Yeah, right? So, why did that album not do so well? I've heard a lot of theories, and I heard you say it was a lot of cooks in the kitchen for the most part.
Well, basically, not so much. We made the soup. It was good soup.
Yeah.
All right. Wasn't the greatest soup, but there was some great flavors in that.
So my
soup.
question to you now that you hear the song is the album. I mean, the album is 20 years old or whatever.
It holds up to me.
You think it's great?
It's the same soup. It was great. That was a great record, bro. It was a great group. They just released them in the wrong order.
I'm a hip hop head. I'm a music guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it wasn't very good at all.
Okay, why not?
It was okay.
What didn't you like? Wait.
What?
Take away Firm Biz completely out of your mind.
I like Firm Biz. You hate it. You didn't like Firm Biz.
No, it didn't drive the record.
It shouldn't have been. So you think that if they released Phone Tap first, it would have helped?
Helped. That record would have sold 1 million copies the first 2 seconds, bro. Cats lost their mind. When I first played the beat, Nas, AZ, they were downstairs working on Desperados, bro. We could hear it through the floor. And Dre used to do this thing where if you working on music, he tried to clown you and turn it up all the way to see if it was crap. So I was sitting there bobbing. He said, what glove grooving to over there? I knew he was finna turn it up, so I turned mine all the way up so it would be extra loud.
Yeah.
Put my hand here. He turned it up. They looked at me and the door flew open. Them cats came from downstairs, ran in the room, sat down, started writing. It's a picture that I posted on Instagram years ago of that moment when they ran up in. My boy Seagal took that picture.
I think it's a dope song. I think the project wasn't, and this is me just being a fan, so I don't know anything on the behind the scenes. I don't think it was well executed for who they were.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dre is a master of mastering certain things.
Yep.
But they needed a raw essence. I think it was too polished.
Well, that's what they wanted because everybody was raw. Remember,
I know.
now, you had Dre, NWA, and you got Nas and them, they Brooks, they from they.
I think it should have been a little more raw.
They was raw.
Yeah,
so they wanted a polished record.
Yeah, I guess because everybody's trying to get a little more jiggy with it, and they wanted to be more commercial. They wanted to have a Hype Williams glossy, sexy situation.
That was firm. All that's firm biz. Yeah. Everything you said was firm biz.
Yeah, I know.
When you look at Phone Tap, it ain't none of that. It's an undercover grimy video with them doing their little same thing with it was like a human Terminator after them or something.
Yeah.
And come on, bro.
My favorite song on that album was the one that Noriega was on. What is it? I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah, bro.
That was my shit.
That was mine too.
That was my shit. And Desperado was dope too.
Those two. I'm leaving and Desperado.
Desperado had cannabis on it, right? That was the best beat on the album to me.
I thought that was the second best beat on the album after Phone Tap.
Yeah.
Because when they played Desperado in the tunnel when I was there, let me change it. When they played Phone Tap in the tunnel, there was a record. Keep your hands where your eyes can see was the hot record. Remember that?
Was it the Busta Rhymes? Yeah.
That was the record, right? It was at the moment, and and Flex was like, "Y'all want to hear this?" But boom. He cut it up for a second. They went crazy. It's New York. It's Busta Rhymes. They going crazy. And then he scratched in, or this. Me and Dre standing on the top. Have you ever been to tunnel?
Never, no, sir.
At the top, you can stand and you can look on the dance floor like you're looking down off a bridge.
Yeah.
He said, or this, chicka, chicka, boom. Do we play Phone Tap? The roof blew off the tunnel, bro.
Really?
In New York.
Really?
It's Nas, bro. In 1998. Man, that record would have been $2 million before they would have found out it was no good.
Whose choice was it to make Firm Biz the single?
Some jerk who did it. Whoever did it was an asshole, and they ruined that record. I don't care.
But they had the NASCAR of record label credits on the back. You had like 50.
And that was the second most asshole part. That was Steve Style.
You had a lot of record labels and people involved. Yeah, it looked like NASCAR. Exactly.
We used to clown about that, and they used to argue about how big they wanted their logos.
Yeah.
And that was a problem, but it wasn't. We made the music.
How did Dre get the firm anyway? How did that happen? Were you around for that?
Yeah, bro.
How did that even come about?
The firm was in play before Aftermath Entertainment even came about.
Yeah.
Like that was a Death Row probably thing or something. He had it in his brain for a while. Because for it to have fruition, he had been thinking about it for a long ass time.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do the super group. They wanted to do Bi-Coastal. I think some people died in the process. Tupac and Biggie throughout the concept.
Yeah.
One of them, I think, who's the most recent was Big, right?
Yeah.
So Big, it was around that time. That's why we didn't go to New York.
It was in Miami, right?
That's why we did it in Miami, because they didn't want to come here and all that.
Plus, Dre also did the song for Nas on It Was Written.
That's
too.
So
that kind of sparked.
That Nas is coming. That's what started it. So when that song was done is when the firm was created.
Oh, okay.
So that was before. Remember, it was like one of the first things he produced when he left.
Yeah, 96.
We were still at Death Row.
It was like 96, I believe.
Yeah, we were still at Death Row when we did that because we did that in the house.
And
I was there for that.
Was you around?
I was around. I'm not saying I co-produced shit.
Was you around when he was trying to do Black Market Records instead of Aftermath?
That was the name of Aftermath. We used to have a whiteboard with all the names of the labels we were going to use.
And Black Market was the one, but
Black Market PRE. Black Market Entertainment.
But the dude up in the Bay Area had it, and he didn't want to sell it. All right,
he had Black Market Records.
Yes.
So they just said, forget it. That's like Death Row. The homie had Death Row, but that was absorbed and it became Death Row.
Death Row.
Yeah.
And was you around when Ben Baller was there?
Yeah, Ben Baller used to carry my records. Ben Baller know who he is. He out there with his floss, but what's up, Ben? It's Chris the Glove. How you doing, man?
That's
Call
funny.
In. Baller knows.
That's my guy.
You know what, though? He did very well for himself. He found a niche.
Yeah.
He was trying to do everything, bro. And that's how you win. You got to try everything. And Ben Baller is an excellent example of how failures build a man.
Taking advantage of opportunities.
Bro, he kept on. He tried to be a DJ, tried to be an A&R, tried to be a producer, all fails. And he did this jewelry thing and popped.
Yep.
And now he's the god of jewelry. I mean, I've seen him in commercials. He's just a West Coast dude like us. He grew up around us, and look what he did. He took over the industry. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. So
it's funny because everybody was talking about him like faking the funk and not being there. But I remember, so I interviewed Ben Baller And I remember Dre had bought you guys. I don't know if he bought you one too, but it was the Expedition. It just came out.
Yeah, those guys. I bought my own shit.
And he bought everybody Expeditions. And I happened to be at the studio that day when they was recording. It was Too Short, Ice Cube, and Scarface recording Game Over.
Yeah.
And I was in the parking lot because I knew.
That was a bad day that day.
Was it? Because I was in the parking lot waiting to get in because
So
lawsuit.
Game Over. I'm gonna tell you real quick.
Yeah.
Game Over was a victorious lawsuit that Dre had to do that song because he lost a lawsuit and he was not too excited about Game Over. Everybody knew it was kind of like,
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's not a bad song.
No, it's a cool song, but that's not what it wasn't. Like Dre wants to do what Dre wants to do.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He don't want you telling him what to do. I'm Dre, bro. I mean, that's not cool. I worked for this. And now I got to do this because somebody did something or said I did something or it was a sample thing. Something happened.
I got you.
I don't remember clearly, but I remember those days. I remember that day in the studio when the song kept playing in the room and I was like, ooh.
And before we get out of here, Dre is known as the God, one of the top producers of all time. He's known as this great businessman. And do you agree with that?
He got the biggest house I ever seen. I've never been in a house bigger than his.
Dre,
the White House. I've never been in the White House.
One thing about Dre, and this is me as a fan, Dre has always positioned himself to be around greater businessmen.
If that's how it works.
Look at Eazy-E, Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah, I think.
Shit, even
Jimmy
Suge Knight.
For sure, bro.
Even Suge.
No, I'm not Suge. Jimmy,
no?
Yeah. Dude, Suge was doing what Dre told him. Mostly all the time. Go meet with Jimmy. Go do this. Go do that.
David Kenner, Suge Knight was.
David Kenner was Harrio's lawyer, not Suge's lawyer. Suge kind of got him because, so remember I told you I signed a contract?
Yeah.
My contract was with Godfather Entertainment. It was not with Death Row.
Wait, so it was with Harry-O?
That's my OG. That's why.
Wow.
That's probably what the problem was with
that
me.
Was the
because
that makes
him.
sense. You wasn't his guy.
I was Dre and Harry-O. I had my own.
That's why he didn't like you.
I had whatever you want to call it, but I had Harry-O's protection.
Yes.
So I never worried about nothing over there because Harry-O would, even if something happened to me, he'd burn the place down.
Is Harry-O getting out of jail?
He's out.
He's out?
Yeah. Been out.
Okay.
Yep. So he's not here, but
he's
not in California.
Okay.
He was doing time in California.
Yes, he was.
But no longer in California.
That's why Suge was taking your name off of credits and telling Snoop Dogg not to mention you.
Snoop had me in raps. And
I know.
Told to take him out.
I heard.
So it's cool, but I mean, whatever, man. That's ancient history.
It's
man.
all good though. That's why we here. We doing.